So I went deep on Etsy and pulled 10 shops that are quietly crushing it. And here's the crazy part. Most of them are writing just a few designs. I'm going to show you the shop, the design that is carrying it, the numbers behind it, and who's actually buying it. And then this is the important part, a prompt so you can go and make your own version, because we are not copying anybody here. The whole goal is to understand why it's selling, so you can take that idea and come up with your own unique spin. And like always, double check your trademarks and copyrights. That part's huge. If you don't know me, my name is RJ Martinez. I've been selling online full time now for over 9 years. I started with print on demand on Amazon merch. Learned design the hard way, and I've sold hundreds of thousands of products and built a full-time income doing this. So just know, I actually do this every single day. I'm here to help you with your business. All I ask you is smash that like button. It pushes this out to more people, and I've dropped all 10 of these niches in a free download in the description so you can follow right along. Let's get into it. And real quick, the way I'm seeing the sales, the views, the conversion rate, and how long the listing's been up, I just keep Everbee open while I research. It pulls the stuff Etsy doesn't show you. So I'm not guessing. Link's gonna be down below in the description if you want to poke around the same data I'm looking at. So let's get into it. Now, what I'm doing over here is the shop analyzer, and then I'm just typing in basically the name of the store. And when I'm doing that, it's giving me a complete breakdown of everything. Total sales, total revenue, monthly sales, monthly revenue, shop age, shop review score, reviews, total favorites, and then the category. Okay, so it's gonna hit you hit this little button, view on Etsy. It's gonna bring you over here, and it's gonna bring you over to their shop, and it's gonna be the breakdown. They've been on Etsy for 6 years now, right? One cool thing that I personally like to do is look for, top sellers to see like what they're doing over here and how they're making sales. Now, the first thing is I have a breakdown. So you're going to see me looking back and forth over here because I did some really good in-depth research for you. So Milestone, gifts, anniversary, birthday style is the niche right here. Okay. This is what they're doing to generate a good amount of sales every single month from this. Okay. So I want you to think about who's buying this. So gift buyers for milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, evergreen, personalized, year round. So this is very powerful right here. Now, the hero design you're going to see right here is built 70 years ago, vintage 1956, I believe it is, milestone birthday. One of the things you can do right here is you can think about like different like marriage, anniversaries, stuff like that, like we just went over right now. But if you look over here, look at the Everbee month sales, total sales, views, conversion, listing. This is powerful right here. Then you go over here on Etsy, it's going to give you 20 views in the last 24 hours. So that means like this one's popping off right here, $22.99. Now, are they charging for shipping? They're offering free shipping over here. But one thing too is looking at the reviews. This is big because that means people are actually buying this. So this is a big one right here. I feel like when it comes to something like this, when you're seeing this type of demand, you're knowing that this niche works. Now, I feel like different angles that you can build off right here. You're going to see built-in year, any age, marriage since the year, okay, and then legends since the year, class reunion years. I think that's a really big one too. That would be an interesting one to think about. Now, come over here into IDEOGRAM. You're going to see created something like this, built in 1956. Now, this is the prompt that I put in here. Now, keeping it very simple, I feel like when it comes to something like this, just switching out built in, you can switch that year and then you can scale out a few different designs. And this is just an idea, like a spin-off, a different concept that you can come up with, which is very powerful as I'm sharing this with you, right? Now, let's see. I think that would be, there's no trademarks or copyrights around this, especially around birthdays and any type of anniversary. So that's really, really cool right here. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, the next shop is Tucker's Teas, over 15,000 sales, generated over 200,000, over 400 sales monthly, revenues 7,000, shop age 54 months. Okay, you can see all the other breakdowns here. So that we're gonna open up the actual Etsy store, and Tucker's Teas, you're gonna see been on Etsy for 4 years. Most recent, so it's filtered by that. You're gonna see everything here. I want you to think about the niche right here. What I'm seeing a lot of is life happens X blank, life happens blank. Okay, this is a scalable niche right here, especially if something in the future comes up or something trends in the future. That would be a really good idea. Right here, this is going to be like the main design. I feel like when it comes to this, you're going to see 9 add to carts. You can see the monthly sales 7, total sales 82, views 2,000, conversion 3%, 3.6, listing age 28 months, and favorites 210. Now, who's buying this? Pet owners, hobbyists, gift buyers, ultra scalable, just swap the noun, swap the keyword. What else can you do here? Like, that's the next thing. So life happens, gardening, fishing, quilting, coffee, wine, cats helps. Okay, pairing it with their, sorry, I can't hobby buy, right? Something like I can't be there, you know, I showed up late because of this. Like, you know, there's so many different ideas you can do right here. Plug this in, think of your own spinoff. You can come up, plug it into CLAUDE AI or ChatGPT, and then you come up with your own unique idea. And if I'm moving a little fast, pause it or slow it down on the video. You can slow it down the speed, right? But I'm just kind of going over everything. That way you can have the idea and the concept behind it. And then I'm not seeing any trademarks or copyrights here. And then I come over here. This is the idea that I put in right here. The prompt that I put in right here. Life happens, dogs help. Now, so for example, let's say, for me, for example, say English bulldogs. Life happens, English bulldogs help. So boom, I can do that, right? It's literally that simple. And the one that I'm using right now is IDEOGRAM AI to help me with to generate these design concepts. But it's literally that simple, just switching out that keyword in the phrase, and then you create your own. And you, like I said, there's wine, coffee, maybe even different types of coffee. So if you want to get in a little bit more sub niche to it, like instead of dogs, I went to English bulldogs, right? Maybe capitalize the wording a bit, but mess around with it, but you kind of see the concept, and then life happens, English bulldogs help. Okay, pretty cool, huh? See what I did there. So the next shop is going to be Soft Menace Co. Total of 88 sales, 1,300 revenue, month sales 33. Now this is a newer shop, so the numbers are lower, but it's a newer shop and it's generating sales. So if it's averaging 33 sales a month with 4 months in, that is a good sign. Okay. And just doing, you know, you can see some of this stuff like this where you're tracking stuff and you're seeing stuff like this. This is big right here, because it's going to say, okay, this shop is only 4 months up and it's already generating 33 sales a month already. That's good. Okay. According to the Everbee research shop analyzer tool. So we're going to come over here, take a look at it over here on Etsy. So 3 months on Etsy. You see that 104 sales now. This is really cool. 5.0 out of 537. Now, I'm seeing like seem to be generated a lot with like AI. Okay, I'm getting like I feel like this whole shop is generated with AI. The whole designs, the whole concepts, the understanding of it all. Like the raccoons, you got the city, you got the butterfly with the skull on it. This is very like niche down, very niche down. And you're gonna see some of these designs here. Okay, like I know that this looks. I'm getting AI vibes from this one. Okay, AI vibes from that one, that one, that one. Crazy. Okay. Really cool. So like AI, like helping this shop, understanding the whole Etsy shop, the concept, and then creating the whole shop with AI. Okay. That's where I'm getting at. Now spread those pages like a good girl. 5 monthly sales, total sales 4, right? You're seeing that. Okay. Views 164, conversion rate 2%, listing age 1 month. And look at 15 views in the last 24 hours. So I feel like people are looking at this and they're sharing it with their friends. They're like, look at this one, look at this design. Okay, just to see something like that, understand who's their target audience, right? And then creating those designs. I think this is the theme, that niche down as best as it gets here. I feel like when it comes to something like this, in order for them to generate this type of sales this quick. Okay, then the next one too, you can see good girl. You can see 8 in cart, 8 already. Right? There's no sales yet, according to the Everbee research tool, but 8 added carts. That's a good sign. Okay. Come over here into IDEOGRAM. You're going to see this is the prompt that I put in there. Pause that right there. Take a screenshot if you want that. Spread those pages like a good girl. Spread those pages like a good girl. Now you can see like the AI is trying to get it, but it's not getting it all the way. When you look at this design, you can see what they're doing with the actual design here. Okay. In the book. Pretty cool. You can see how they're generating a good amount of sales and getting a lot of traction fast already. And just to go over everything with the Soft Menace Co. Women 18 to 35, BookTok, like TikTok BookTok, and dark romance readers. There's a certain community that they're definitely targeting to get these type of sales fast. Now think about emotional. So there's like the different design angles I feel like here. So emotionally damaged by fictional men, you know what I mean? There's certain like funny, dark humor type of designs, overthinking raccoon, evil queen, villain era, just one more chapter. So like mixing in like different dark humor and books, stuff that makes you actually really think. This is definitely a good idea. Now keep it very generic here. Okay, don't be using no names of books or anything like that, because if you're thinking about jumping into a niche like this, you want to be a very very careful with using any authors or characters or anything like that. All right, so the next idea is the Witty Threads Co. 5,000 sales total. Revenue 100,000, monthly sales 246. You're gonna see the breakdown of everything else. Month, shop age, a little bit over a year, okay, which is nice. And then the category is home and living right there. Let's come over here and check it out on Etsy. Now you're seeing this right here, a year on Etsy, which they have a really good amount of sales, which is really nice. You're seeing read more books. Apparently I like traveling. Apparently I like soccer. Seeing stuff like this, right? So let's click on one of these. Okay, 8 add to carts. Apparently I like traveling. Now, when you look, okay, this is perfect. So we look at the Everbee tool right here. Monthly sales 6, total sales 73 views, 4,000, version rate 1.6, listing age not old at all. Other carts, you got 8. So this is making a good amount of sales. So 2 or 3 a week, right? When you click on the size, the first thing I'm going to get is like, how come the sizing, how come the price, how they pricing it that low? Just come over here and change it to like an extra large, and then the price will change to $22.99. You see that, and then they're charging $6 for shipping. So $22.99 and $6 for shipping. What is that? $29, $30 almost for the t-shirt. Okay, so $29, right there. Pretty nice. And then after that, one thing is read more books. Apparently I like soccer. You can see that was some of the templates, and now just switching out the different ideas, like the traveling. I like traveling, but I like football or anything like that. Broad readers, hobbyists, sports parents, scales to any interest, basically. Okay, when you see something like that. And then your own design angle here: fishing, golf, gardening, pickleball, wine. Read more books. I can't. I'm in some blank school, nursing school, for example. And you're going to see the one that was created here. Apparently I like soccer, right? And that's big right now because like the World Cup's going on. So it'd be a good idea. All right. You're leveraging something like that, but not putting World Cup. Apparently I like soccer or football. Okay. You can do stuff like that. So that's the spinoff and the idea behind this, and like who's buying it, and, who you're targeting. You get the idea of how this shop is making sales over here. All right, the next shop is going to be Wearable Facts. You're going to see the total sales, 5,000. Total sales has been up for 20 months. Okay, almost close to 2 years. Come over here on Etsy. You're going to see like the complete 1.5 years on Etsy, reviews, total sales. Now you're going to see a mixture here. You're going to see there's the America 250 years. This is a 4th of July theme, so it's coming up. So it's definitely doing a good amount of sales. And then you're going to see Furl and Free, the Raccoon Girls Trip 2026. And it seems like there's just different ideas here that they're targeting when it comes to anything like this. I feel like they're targeting like women 21 to 35 girls trips and bachelorettes. Patriotic equals broad seasonal spike. There's a big seasonal spike right now, right? We know that. And then if you come over here, the actual design, this one's crushing it right now. 27 sales a month, total 45, been up for 5 months. You got the duck, the goose theme, 4th of July, America 250 years shirt, and it's definitely cranking over them. In demand, 4 people bought it in the last 24 hours. They're definitely getting their hands on this. Come over here into IDEOGRAM. You're going to see this is the prompt that I typed in here. And then if you look what it created. Now, obviously the AI doesn't always get it correct, but it gives you a good idea of what you can do here. So this is what it generated. Pretty cool. Move on to the next shop. If you're getting value of this video so far, make sure you smash that like button, because we're finding some really good shops and really good design ideas that are performing really good. Next one is Liz J Creations US. Total sales, you're going to see 10,000, and then you're going to see the whole breakdown on everything over here. Monthly sales crushing, monthly revenue crushing. This is crazy. Now we come over here, you're going to see that 3 years on Etsy, 10,000 sales, which is really nice. And then there's going to be like a little bit of a mixture. But when it comes to something like this, I want you to understand what's selling right now. Okay, who's buying this? I feel like there's specific professions, appreciation gift buyers, a lesson here to niche down to the exact job titles. And this is powerful because that's how you find people go on Etsy to see, okay, maybe it's definitely not on Amazon. Maybe it's going to be on Etsy, or it's definitely not on Etsy. It's going to be on Amazon. So vice versa. They're looking on both marketplaces to purchase a t-shirt, or especially on Etsy, they're looking to purchase something of a higher quality because they want it to last and be a good gift. Look, for example, ultrasound shirt and demand. 2 people bought in the past 24 hours. Okay, listing age 2 months, and you can see everything that's breaking down right here by the Everbee research tool. Really cool. And then you come over here too as well. I'm literally doing my best. Now this is interesting because it's just a simple text on a t-shirt, which I like a lot. Something that's simple like this, which is really cool. Okay. It's making sales. It's made 5 so far. Now it didn't make a sale this month from looking at this, but it's something that's simple that will make sales. So I don't want you to overthink anything when it comes to creating something over here. Pediatric cardiology nurse. You're going to see now just switching this out to turn it into something else. It's literally that simple, like a different nurse. This is very powerful right here because I feel like understanding that and creating like different design angles here. I think this would be a good idea. So just thinking about different types of nurse, like I said already, sonographer, a dental hygienist, literally doing my best. Job is my jam. So like whatever the job is my jam. That would be a really good idea. So there's several different things that can be done here. Very, very powerful when it comes to anything. So the next shop is Glove and Glory Studio. Okay, we have a total of 1,100 sales. You're gonna see monthly sales, monthly revenue there. We come over here, been on Etsy for 11 months, almost a year, which is pretty cool. Okay, so this is one of those newer shops, and like the direction, it seems like they're going with like, I'm seeing like a lot of home bakers, sourdough, homestead crowd, women 30 to 60, right? I'm not getting that hot cottagecore niche, but you're seeing baseball, like sweatshirts matching, like it's a little bit all over the place. just waiting for Halloween. We're seeing a lot of those. We're seeing ballparks, and you're coming down, you're having more of the raccoon stuff here going on. And then if you come, this is one of the t-shirts that seem to be doing pretty good. It involves grandkids and baseball, count me in. So grandma baseball t-shirts. I think grandma soccer shirts will work good because like the World Cup that's happening right now, that would be a good idea. And then I feel like different spin-offs, by looking at all this, you can switch out, it doesn't have to be baseball. It can be football. It can be soccer, stuff like that. Different like sourdough bread stuff that's going on right here. And my sourdough air powered by sourdough, stuff like that. You can see like newer dishes that are popular and trending and making a good amount of sales. That would definitely be a good idea. Now you're going to see right here, this is the prompt idea that I put in. Home is where the sourdough dough starter is, and it always creates a few different ones, as you're going to see here. Let's move on to the next. We have a total of 381 total sales, about a year and 4 months. Okay, so the shop age, revenue, monthly sales, so they're up and coming, all right, and they're generating sales, which is really good. Now let's come over here. Let's look at their shop. See, 1 year, 382 sales. I like how like the vibe I'm getting here. It's nice, clean, like it's really presentable, right? You see that? And then it has that like the Botanical, like the line art. You can see this right here, those type of t-shirts. Now, one that caught my attention was the dentist here, the ghost dentist, which is really cool because believe it or not, Halloween is going to be approaching very soon, right? And so you can see the line art. Okay, you can see that, right? So we have like the butterfly and the sunflower here. Okay, now I'm getting like 20 to 45 minimalist women. Okay, that's what I'm getting at here. And then the one design right here, I looked at this one right here. You can see total 40 sales. The listing age is 10 months. So this probably drove a lot of their sales last Halloween, which is really nice. And now you're going to see 1305. Now you change the sizing on this. Let's say extra large, it goes to 19. You offer a few other colors, it goes to 1969. I'm pretty sure that, I'm going to say they have to be charging for shipping. You see some reviews down there, people actually wearing the shirt, which is always a plus. Now, what I did was come over here, and this is the prompt that I typed in to IDEOGRAM AI. Now, this is a cool thing though. I feel like this is perfect. Okay, it has a brush, right, compared to the little scope to look at the teeth, right? Or the mirror to look at the teeth, right? The magnifying glass. I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but I feel like this works really good too. Okay, it's like a hairstylist for a ghost, or maybe add some hair or just leave it as is. I think this works really well. As the prompt that I put in, I was like, you know what? Let me just keep it. This is solid. This is a really good design idea, right? So really solid. I think different angles that you can possibly approach here. You just think about different, hairstylist, dentist, different occupations that will work really well here. Just 2 ghosts, and then that like the tool that they use, in the work field. Okay, so I think that will work really good there. And then that other one that caught my attention, I like this chest piece. This is interesting here. I think this is really cool. You got the leopard blowing a bubble, the sunglasses on. Pretty cool design too. Okay, so this is going to be a newer shop. You're going to see shop age 5 months. Now check this out. This is going to be one of those ones that are just popping off, and I'm happy that I've been able to find this in this video to share with you. Total sales 2,500, total revenue 69K, monthly sales 1,300, monthly revenue 35. So this is definitely pushing like over $3,000 or $4,000 a month for sure. Okay, I want to say high, on the higher end, maybe like 5, 7, maybe between 5 and 10. Let's to be realistic. Okay, and then let's come over here. Let's look at everything and kind of just break it down. It can give you an idea. There's 56 items already in the store. 5,600, sorry. 5,629. You can see the ratings. Okay, total sales, the months on Etsy, 5. And then we come down. We're having this viral, that iced coffee. Okay, the animal drinking the iced coffee. There's this one that we went over in one of the shops already. The dog with the hat backwards with the beer in front, and it looks like he might have a straw in there. And there's one with like champagne, drinking champagne over there. There's a few other ones, but I want you to like look at how like bold the designs are on the actual t-shirts, so they stand out, right? And yet the aesthetic is nice, clean, easy to look at. True crime detective, couch division. I love that right there. Let's look at one of the listings. You're going to see this listing, 26 monthly sales, total sales 35. And this is one of them that seems to be pushing on the store pretty good. 20 views in the last 24 hours. And then we come down, you can see all the good amount of reviews here. All right. So very solid, very cool. I'm getting a lot of, so you can see the true crime, you can see the animal drinking the iced coffee. That you can just remember, you can scale this out. There's different dog breeds. There's probably different cats, stuff like that you can do right there. I feel like there's definitely some wiggle room that you can do here. And then with like the true crime stuff, probably watching true crime, my true crime error, stay suspicious. I think anything funny like that will work really good. And then come over here in the ideogram, I put in the true crime couch division. You can see this is the prompt that I put in. Something simple, nothing too crazy, right? Little badge, right? It's like a badge style type of design. But this one is definitely crushing it and doing a good amount of sales. 5 months on Etsy with over 2,600 sales. So they know exactly what they're doing here when it comes to creating designs and what's going viral. Seems like they're catching a lot of viral style designs and then getting them up so people can make a purchase. So the final shop, the Velvet Embroidery, 2,400 sales all time, 249 monthly sales. It's been up for a year and a half, right? See that category, clothing. And this is the shop. You see all that, Pasadena, California. All right, come down. Well, first things first, I'm seeing like a mixture of a little bit of everything. Okay, from chickens to sharks to that fuck off. That little chicken shirt right there, that funny one that went viral last year. We have a buffalo silhouette, and there's a lot of the, don't follow me, I'm stupid, with the off-roading car right here. This seems to be a really cool one right there. You can see they have it here again. SXS girl, some sharks, some few, just feel like real like cool, print on demand, kind of like they're doing the research in different ways, right? Don't follow me, I do stupid shit. Okay, there's 2 people bought in the last 24 hours, so it's been up for less than a month, but Etsy saying that 2 people bought this already. I think it's still fairly new, so this is a good sign, or they may have created it for somebody. They made a purchase because they were looking for this. And then also too, where to switch the listing here, and then it'll change the price. Then I'm pretty sure they're charging for shipping. Okay, charging close to $6 for shipping. So like 24 for this right here, which is really nice. But something like this, you're seeing a lot of stuff like I've get people want custom orders, or they want custom designs, and I create it for them, or they want the certain design and I create it for them, and then I can give them a listing and boom, they can make the purchase. So kind of jumpstart making sales, right? That's one way to do things. Then the next one over here, you're going to see a total of 6 sales all time, and then 11 months old. This is created with AI. I wanted to share this one with you so it give you an idea. Like certain things like this, certain styles definitely can be created, but like something like this, it looks like it was created with AI. I'm not sure what this little stripe is. Not sure here what's going on. There's that. Now, what I created was created. This is the prompt idea that was created right here. Now, one thing too, a lot of people overlook. I feel like you can just focus on a really good graphic, and then you can scale that out to different funny sayings. Okay, stuff like this, like mother clucker, a crazy chick lady, flock together, chicken tender, different things like that will work really, really good. Now, when I'm looking at this, you're targeting someone, women 30 to 65, backyard chicken, homestead crowd, that type of idea. Now, you just want to be very careful with certain trademarks and copyrights when it comes to things like this. But other than that, stuff like this is really solid. It works all year long. And you see people doing more stuff, more hobbies in their backyard more and more, like gardening and then chicken coops, stuff like that. You can definitely take advantage of that because there's definitely an opportunity for you to make sales. And then people doing more outdoor activities, stuff like this would do really good. Funny sayings around it, being sarcastic would be a really good idea. So that's 10 shops, the designs that are carrying them. Remember the golden rule, don't copy them. Take the idea, understand who's buying and why. Then make your own. That search screen tells you a story. This is selling. This is what people want. Now go give them your version of it. And don't think you're too late. 2 of these shops literally started this year. The door's wide open. If you got value from this, smash that like button, subscribe, and grab the free download of all 10 niches, the prompts, everything in the description. The Everbreed tool I use for the research is linked down there too, if you want to dig into the same data. And if you want more niche research, watch this video right here next. I appreciate you watching. Peace out.